courteous to others and silence your cell phones now.
Corey! Come to the sound of my voice!
What's going on, YouTube? It's NC, a place to be. Chill, Mr. 80, back to give you guys the movie experience, and I'm here to talk about one of the films that I was most excited for this year alone, and that is Brightburn. Brightburn brought to you by Sony Pictures and produced by James Gunn and written by Mark Gunn and all. I believe Mark Gunn. So a lot of Gunn brothers are in this project together. And the question to ask yourself is, what if the beacon of hope, Superman himself, actually went to the dark side, actually went and became evil? The person that we all know to help save lives turns into this. Pretty brutal. So now, in this movie, I went there, I was very excited. We caught an early screening of it. So I'm going to give you guys the good, I'm going to give you the bad, and I'm going to give you the experience. Start off with the good. Alright, started off, first off, is the kid they got to play Brendan Byers in this movie, because obviously Warner Bros. Owns all Superman stuff, so you can't call him Ma Pa Kent, you can't call him Smallville, you can't call him Kal-El Clark. So his name is Brendan Byers, and he has a little symbol on there. And this kid that's playing the movie is very creepy. He does a good job at being creepy in this movie, and every time he came up on the screen, I felt uncomfortable about that. And I you know, not a lot of kid actors can do that, especially when you're being in a creepy role. But that's what he brought this also. The parents, Elizabeth Banks and I forgot who the dad's name was, but he's very familiar for me. They played good parents. They played a good Ma Pa Kent, which I'm going by, you know, comic books, obviously. They had great chemistry, and it always starts off the fact that I believe them as parents. I do believe they will do anything they can to try to help their son out in his time of need and things of that nature. So I like the chemistry that the two of the parents had as well, and I like how creepy the kid was. They say this is a horror movie, and it is a horror film. It is a horror film. Taking the aspects of the Superman story and turning it to more of a horror-related film. The jump scares are there, the tension. I mean, there are times where I was in the theater and I was legitimately on the edge of my seat because I wanted to know what was probably going to happen with that. And this is a very low-budget movie, so the special effects that they had there was actually pretty good. So, because there's a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood in this movie. Of course, some of y'all see the trailer, and I'm not going to play too much of the trailer, but of some of the gruesome stuff that does happen in there. It does look very good in this movie for such like a low budget kind of movie and everything. So I was like, oh, that's a pretty good thing they're doing here, especially not a high budget. So if you're a fan of the gore and then the horror and the thrill stuff, this movie has it for you. Now the movie is only 90 minutes long, and when I first saw that actually, I was like, oh, okay, fine, I can go to a movie with my wife. It's not going to take too long, 90 minutes, we go in and out, enjoy a nice little movie on a Thursday night. I'm cool with that. But that's what leads into my bad. So, without any further ado, let's get into the bad. The idea of Brightburn is a great concept with it. Of course, everybody, now this has been done in comic books before about Superman going to the other side and what would happen if he didn't, was erased by the cancer or was found by the government. We've done all this before. But bringing it to the big screen, it had a good concept, and I don't think they executed it right. And one of the problems with it being 90 minutes long. With it being 90 minutes long, it's a very tight movie with no character development in there. And that's one of the things that it was missing from it. Because you recognize, I said I like the parents together, but the chemistry between them and their son, I didn't feel none of it at all. There's no character development. And then in this movie, it could have benefited from exploring. Because I know people into the horror, the guts, and the gore, stuff like that, then this movie's for them. But somebody who wants who wants story in there mixed with their movie, stuff like that, this doesn't give it to you, because he just wakes up one day evil. And I'm like, it would have been better if they had capitalized on what made him evil. Why is he going so evil? Why is he going so dark? Why, like, him actually trying to be a good person? Because the story of Superman is, he's been bullied before. he's been tormented, he's been teased, and he's not allowed to play sports, and he's being so good to the world that hates him. It's what it looks like. That he's here to try to protect these people, but the world clearly hates him or they're scared of him. How is he able? How is he able to maintain that sanity, especially growing up in the Kent's farm? You know, I know they try to keep him good morals on, take him to church and stuff like that, but how does he keep them? How does he keep from knowing that I'm a superior being than everybody else, and I can just have what I want like that? That's what it go in the Superman story, but in this story, it's like we don't even get none of that to even explain how he will go the other way. It just wakes up one morning, just like, I'm angry, I'm bad, and it's like it doesn't. What the movie is doing doesn't justify why he just does that. So that is a really, really hard blow. The things he does, like to his certain family and his friends, in this movie, stuff like that, it's like, I feel it's kind of unjustified. I'm like, well, what did this person do to you? Or what did this person do to you? Or what did you think was going to come out of this? And everybody has the question, like, when Clark Kent hit that adolescent stage, because they found him as a baby, that he had to go through being a kid that hits that puberty level. Anybody got kids, myself have kids, knows that when it comes to that time, when it comes to maturity and the puberty level, and they start smelling themselves and they start getting the girls, stuff like that, things change, a drastic change, whether you alien or man. They never even touch it. It's like his birthday came, bam, that's what it was. I think they could explore that a little bit. But without any further ado, that was more so my bad for the movie, so I'm going to go with the experience. So the experience honestly was not what I was expecting. Me and my wife, they was only playing this in AMC. There was no Regal listings for this or anything, and I was actually kind of shocked for it. And I went in there, it was literally, besides us, 6 other people in that movie theater. That was it. And I'm thinking, most of the people on opening night, I'll be honest with you, most of the people on opening night this weekend, for Memorial Day weekend, are going to see Aladdin. Whether what the reviews are or not, because I'm probably going to see Aladdin this weekend as well, but that's the big movie this weekend is Aladdin. So that's going to make the most money. But this one, there was not that many people in there at all. And it was alright. I mean, we didn't have, a lot of the stereo in there for like the funny parts or the very gruesome parts, stuff like that. But it was a good time. It was a fun movie. It's just that I think my expectations were a little bit too high for what I got, especially with me being a nerd. People who just there to just see, violence and gore and stuff like that. That may be a movie for them. For those comic book kids out there like me, or nerds or things like that, it's probably a little bit of a letdown. So I'm going to give Brightburn a hashtag give it a chance, which translates to a C. So guys, if you guys see Brightburn, post in the comments down below what did you guys think of it, or do you think they could have developed this kind of Superman-like story a little bit better? Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed this movie review, and hit the subscribe button for more movie experience right here on Nerd Coalition, because we got more movies coming up for you in the month of May that I plan on going to see. So once again, this is NC, the place to be. Chill, train, stay in me, and I'll see you at the movies.